Welcome to Elevate Your Mind with Ale. Today you'll be learning how the new moon in Gemini can affect you and what I consider you to do for this new moon in Gemini. New moon in Gemini happens between late May and late June. The first thing that I consider that you should try to do is to communicate. Think about how well you communicate with the people who matter most to you. Gemini is the sign most concerned with this subject, and the new moon in Gemini is a wonderful time to check in with yourself. For example, are you being honest about how you feel, or are you lingering and then wondering why your requests don't get the response that you would like? Have you thought about it? The second thing is to meditate. Think about your mental state. If, like most people, you feel as if your brain is racing most of the time, then one of your new moon wishes this month could be around promising yourself more mental time out. As I've mentioned before in previous videos, meditation is one of the best ways to relax your brain. You can do it even in the middle of the busiest days. The third thing that I consider you do in this new moon in Gemini is to socialize. Ask yourself how well you're greasing the social wheels in your life. Gemini is a wonderful flirtatious sign, and we all have Gemini somewhere in our chart, so you can't say that it's just other people and it's not you, because we all have Gemini somewhere tucked into our human design or human chart. So how are you doing when you go to a party? For example, when you come up against a gaggle of fellow, say, school moms, or when you're at work and you have no choice but to socialize, how do you do? Like, how are you? This is a good time to brush up on your light-hearted small talks, so brush up on that. Seriously, if this doesn't already come easily to you, life can be easier if you work on this at this time. The fourth thing that I consider is to see your siblings. Get together with your sisters, your brothers, your neighbors. This might sound a bit superficial, but if you only do it once a year when the moon is new in Gemini, at the very least, you will stay in touch, right? So we know that everybody sometimes gets busy, and sometimes we don't get to see our siblings. So this is the perfect time to get them together and to be with one another. If you haven't been on good terms with your siblings, now is the perfect time to change that and to make amends. Start by doing the most Gemini of things and talk or write to your siblings as a first step to sorting things out. And yes, this means you need to step it up. Even if you are the youngest, the oldest, in the middle, it doesn't matter. Someone has to do it, and why not be you, right? Alright, so the fifth thing is to read more. Reading is also strongly associated with Gemini, so get your reading list on track. What are you really interested? Whatever it is that you really enjoy, get some books on that. Start reading on that. Don't just get books just because I'm telling you to go and buy some books or get some books from the library. Like, actually think about what you're interested in and learn from it. Are you pursuing it? Are you trying to pursue it? Are you trying to make money out of it? Are you trying to just do it as a hobby? Whatever it is, go find a book over it. It's easy to lose years of life browsing on the internet, watching TV. At least once a year at the Gemini new moon, draw up a reading list for yourself. Order the books, pile them up somewhere visible, and then start working on reading them. Work your way through them, okay? Your life is going to thank you. So now, working with astrology can help you predict your future, and this is possible by looking at where the moon is, the new moon in this case, and where it lands in your house. So which part of your houses it lands on. We all have 12 houses in our birth chart, and if you don't know what a birth chart is, you can look up birth chart, and it's going to ask for your birthday. It's going to ask for where you were born and the time that you were born. To get a more specific, the new moon can be used as an amazing life guide and predictor, and you can get an idea on what you can expect on the following month, what you should focus on, what kind of things you should be doing for the following 4 weeks, and the overall theme of the following 4 weeks after the new moon. So before you go past any further, make sure that you know what your rising sign is, because this is going to be a big indicator on what you need to focus on. So pause the video if you don't already know your rising sign. Go figure that out. And if you do know your rising sign, you can basically jump in to your house and your rising sign so you can know what you should be doing on this new moon in Gemini, and so you don't have to listen to everyone else's. Okay, so just keep in mind, when the new moon is in Gemini, it's all about communication, travel, neighbors, and siblings. Okay, so let's get right to it, to the first rising sign. And the first rising sign that I'm going to be talking about is Gemini rising. The new moon in Gemini will be in your first house if you are a Gemini rising. Now, your first house is all about your image zone. And the first house rules the way you come across to others, your image, and the way others see you. So basically, it's all about the image you're presenting to the world. So you can expect a chance to change the way that someone or the world can see you. Meaning, you might change your appearance, you might be focused on yourself in a particular way, and someone might say, you know what, like, she's not or he's not the same person that they used to be. You know, people will start noticing that there's something different about you. Now, if you do new moon wishes, I suggest you wish for courage, new beginnings, a better self-image, and self-direction, because the first house is all about you. You are number one. Now, the idea that you should keep in mind is that this is the start, basically, of your new 12-month cycle. So you are beginning as you are continuing with your life. It's like a new year for you. Your year has barely started. Now, a message that I have for you is that this new moon is one of the most exciting because, like I said, it's all about you. It's all about the changing and wonderful you. It's a time for self-development, self-improvement. Your personal appearance should be your top priority this month. You're allowed to be a bit vain if you want to. Get yourself in the kind of shape you've been dreaming of and take a closer look at the image that you are presenting. This may sound even superficial, but pride in the appearance and the awareness of the message it's sending out and a key to success. You can dress any way you want, but you need to give it some thought. Whenever you wake up, you need to say, okay, it is time to get ready. You're not going to just throw on the regular things that you always wear. Put some thought into what you're wearing. Where are you going? Okay? Depending on where you're going, needs to be a specific outfit. It doesn't matter if you don't have, let's say, a lot of accessories, a lot of options. If you don't have a lot of options, go and find new options. Go and buy some. You don't have to go crazy. You can go thrift shopping. It's better for some people. This new moon cycle also offers you annual chance to clear out your wardrobe. So get rid of the clothes that you no longer want, that no longer fits you, no longer suits you, you don't no longer like it anymore, and possibly get some money out of that and get you some new clothes that fits your lifestyle now. Possibly get a drop dead gorgeous outfit, new haircut, I don't know, something that represents you. If you have a business, revamp your business page, make new business cards. Basically, anything that has to do with you and your persona and how you present yourself, change it. This is the time to do that. Your popularity is going to be high this month, so accept the invitations coming your way and review in the attention. This is also one of the best times of the year for starting all kinds of new projects. Like I said, it's like a brand new year for you, so it's perfect timing. You are going to be in focus and in the spotlight this month, so make it your selfie month. Every single morning, whenever you are done getting ready, take a selfie for 4 weeks every day. Make it a challenge for yourself, okay? And see how your confidence skyrockets. If you need to work on your self-confidence in relation to your appearance, this new moon is going to support you. So read up on some books if you need to. Whatever it is to lift yourself up, you need to do it, okay? Because it's all about you. Now, I am a big meditation person, and if you like meditations, this is perfect. If you never tried it, you should give it a try. This is the a sentence that I have for you that you can say before your regular meditation, and that is, I allow myself to evolve and change. Now, a ritual that I suggest you do on this new moon in Gemini is to get in front of a mirror and look at your reflection and blow a loving kiss to yourself and say, I love you. Because sometimes we forget how valuable we are. We let other people treat us unfairly, and sometimes we treat ourselves unfriendly. But we need to remember that we are valuable and we are one of a kind, and we need to treat ourselves with kindness. And whenever you start doing that, you won't allow anyone else to disrespect you, because you yourself respects you. Okay, so just give us some thought on that. Here are a few things that I suggest you do on this new moon in Gemini, and that would be to surprise your friends with the new you. If that is, you got a new haircut, if you got new wardrobe, a new style, new fashion, new look, surprise your friends. They want to see the new you, new and improved you. Look through your makeup and throw out all the old makeup and start again. Yes, makeup expires, so you need to keep tabs on that and check on that. This is also a great time to get married. If you are in a committed relationship, it's the perfect time to get married, because all eyes will be already on you, right? So why not have this the perfect time? And if you aren't with someone, this is also an amazing time to meet someone new. So if you're interested in that, keep your eyes peeled. It's also a good time to move. If you've been thinking about moving, this is your green light to go ahead and do it. And it's also a good time to splurge on something vibrant, something with color. If you're used to doing just the basics, black, white, beige, or brown, try something different. Try something with more of a color and see where that goes. This is also a perfect time to treat yourself and get a facial and get your eyes checked. Usually you have to get your eyes checked every 2 years, but sometimes we forget, or sometimes, I don't know, I guess, we forget. So this is your reminder to go get your eyes checked. Now I have for you 3 affirmations that you can say on the nights of the new moon in Gemini and for the following 4 weeks, and that is, today is the first day of the rest of my life. I take pride in my appearance, and I am brave. You can say that over and over and over again until it is implanted in your brain, until you can say those 3 affirmations without having to read them, because you truly feel them when you say that. Whenever you put a feeling in something, like a word, a manifest, like a affirmation, then it gets more potent, it gets more powerful, it gets more magic in it. When you have a feeling behind something, you give it power, you give it magic, you give it purpose. So just think about that. Now, I am a big essential oil person, and I want to recommend for you Angelica Seed, which is going to ease any doubt and increase self-awareness and positivity. You can use Angelica Seed at this new moon in Gemini and for the following 4 weeks in your back, in your burner, on your body. Just please don't ingest it. And yeah, let me know how it works for you. If you do try it, let me know how you feel. You can use the mantra RAM this month. You can chant it out loud. You can say it silently every single day. I love to do this while I'm in the shower. I will turn the lights off. I have a big window, so I usually get a lot of light from outside. I'll turn a candle on, do some incense, and I'll put my mantra from my Apple Music on, and I'll just listen to it, and it'll just feel amazing while the water is running. If you don't want to do that, that's fine. You can do it before or after you meditate, or at any time that feels right for you. And this is going to boost the chakra for you this month. And the chakra that you need to work on this month is the first chakra, which is the solar plexus, your Manipura. The first house is where you shine from, right? It's the part of your chart that shows the world who you are, what to do, what do you want to. So ask yourself, what do you want to create in the coming 12 months as you follow the new moon around your chart? You should make a list. This chakra is yellow and it sits between your navel and the bottom of your sternum, and it's associated with power, freedom, and control. So work on your solar plexus. Now, the last thing that I have for you is the universal law of divine oneness, which states that we're all connected to all life everywhere. Everything we think, we do, we say has a knock-on effect on us and on the people, and indeed on the world and universe around us. So just be cautious of what you say, what you do, because everything comes back around. Okay? Well, that is all that I have for you if you are a Gemini rising, and if you enjoyed me telling you what you should focus on so you can better live your life, go ahead and give me a thumbs up and follow me if you're not already, and I will see you on the next videos. See you, bye. The new moon is in your second house if you are Taurus rising. So Taurus rising, the second house is ruled by property and possessions, and it's also about your values and self-worth. So for this new moon in Gemini, you're going to focus on your cash, your property, and your values. It's all about your cash, your property, your talents, and your assets. You can expect money and possessions to be your main focus for this month. Now, if you do wishes on the new moon, I suggest you wish for financial abundance, increased self-esteem, and whatever it is that you've really been wanting. Just ask and you shall be received. Now you should visualize yourself in your ideal home, happy with your loved ones. When you use writing with visualization, you manifest. If you really wanted to, you would. The idea to keep in mind is to ask yourself, is my life stable? And if it isn't, what steps do I need to take to make it so? This new moon can help you start over financially. It is time to remember you are fantastic and magnificent. It gives you a special chance to take a look at your assets. And I'm not just talking about the ones in the bank. It's way deeper than that. What do you have to offer the world? Value yourself, and others are going to follow your lead. It also asks you to take a look at and work on your self-worth and your self-esteem. This means love yourself. There's nothing wrong and everything right about doing this. Income, finances, budgets, it's all needed to be figured out. You can figure this out. You got this. How can you find stability in these areas? The new moon supports you as you work on these parts of your life. believing in yourself is a first step. So believe in yourself. The higher you rate yourself, the higher others will rate you. And I'm not talking about bragging. It's more deep down, like self-belief. Make financial management a top priority this month. So think about what you really value and about what you have to offer the world. What are you good at? Now, if you do meditation, I have a sentence that you can say before or after you meditate, and that is, I believe in myself and what I have to offer the world. Now, a ritual that I have for you on this new moon in Gemini is to write yourself a check for the amount of money that you would like to receive. And don't just put a random amount, like a humongous big amount. No, it has to have meaning behind it. So let's say that you've been wanting to buy a house. Okay, go look up houses. Go look up a house that you know wouldn't be so hard for you to achieve, to get, and write a check amount for whatever the price of that house is. You know, it has to be for something. Or say you have taxes that you need to pay off and it's like a lot. Write the amount for your taxes so you can pay it off. You know, it has to have meaning behind it. It can't just be a crazy number. Like, put some thought into it. Now, I have some suggestions that you can do on this new moon in Gemini, and that is to start a savings account if you haven't already done that. Pay your bills, your taxes, your debts. Hire an accountant if all of this is too much for you. And since we are talking about your talents, you need to show your talents. Show us what you got. And sometimes whenever you think too much about money, you get a little stressed, you get a little tense. If you're having money problems, then I suggest you get a neck and a shoulder massage so you can ease all of that tension out. And you can even invest in an expensive neck cream. And the last thing that I recommend for you is, if you have a partner, a significant other, to go out to the countryside and make love to them. Make it romantic, you know. I have for you 3 affirmations that you can say on the new moon in Gemini, and that is, I am happy, healthy, wealthy, and wise. Thank you, universe. All my needs are provided for, and I am worth it. Now, you can say these affirmations on the night of the new moon in Gemini, and you can also say them for the following 4 weeks. So, whenever you do say them, make sure that you repeat them with passion, when you repeat it with purpose, with love, with belief in yourself. And like when you say I'm worth it, like actually feel worth it. Don't just say it and not actually feel worth it, because then it defeats the purpose of it. Now, I am into essential oils, so I want to recommend for you Lang Lang, and this is a wonderful oil for calming any fears you may have around money. It's a very relaxing oil. It's honestly what you need for having money worries. If you are having money worries, you're gonna breathe in deeply and remember that money is energy and it responds to our emotions. So just keep that in mind. Now, a mantra that I suggest for you is Lam. You can chant it out loud or silently. You can say it every single day while you're in the shower, before or after you meditate, or at any time that feels right for you. And this is going to help you boost the chakra for you this month. Now, since we're talking about chakras, the chakra that you need to work on is your root chakra, your Muladhara. This month, visualize a spinning red light at the very top of your legs. This is going to help allay any fears you may have about your material needs being met, This chakra is where we store fears about our safety and survival, and once it is in good order, our finances can start to flow more freely and we can feather our nests. So just keep that in thought. The last thing that I have for you this month, the law to reflect on, is the law of vibration, which states that everything in the known universe vibrates. It moves and it travels in circular patterns. Similarly, our thoughts, our words, our feelings, desires are all vibration as well. Raising our vibration through singing, dancing, chanting, beautiful music, meditating. This is going to help us align with the universe. So, just food for thought. Now, that is all that I have for you if you are a Taurus rising and you are wanting to work with the new moon and Gemini. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up. If you're not already following, please go ahead, and I will see you on the next videos. Bye. The new moon in Gemini is in your 3rd house if you are Aries rising. So hello Aries rising. Your 3rd house is where you keep your communication, your skills, all about short trips, siblings, and your neighbors. It's basically your communication zone. It's all about communicating, and that is listening and talking as well. And your communication skills, like I said, and spending time with your siblings. So expect a busy month. If you do new moon wishes, then I suggest you wish for the ability to express yourself clearly and to get your message across. Visualize hugging someone, knowing that you've made your point lovingly, in a loving way. Now, if let's say that you're in conflict with your siblings, this is the perfect time to make amends. So the idea that you should keep in mind is to ask yourself if you are speaking your truth, and if you aren't, why are you covering it up? Explore this idea this month and be honest with yourself and others without being cruel. Honestly, it's time to brush up on your powers of communication. How well are you doing at getting your message across? If you want something that someone else is in position to give you, do you feel confident about asking for it? Whether that is during a conversation, an email, a text, a phone call. It's really important to express yourself and your desires clearly, and not to expect others to know you very well enough to second guess you. This new moon in Gemini offers you the chance to start again when it comes to written and spoken communication. It can also signal the start of a very busy time with lots of quick, short trips, and even more time spent with your siblings, your brothers and your sisters. Now, I have a meditation booster that you can say before or after you start your regular meditation, and that is, I read, listen, and learn, and I breathe deeply when I am stressed. So just recite that before you do your meditation, or you can say it at the very end when you are done meditating. Now, a ritual that I have for you is to chant the mantra hum, and this is going to help you boost your throat chakra. Now, I have for you a couple of things that you should consider doing on this new moon in Gemini, and that is to do a public speaking course so you can get better at communicating, to read those books that you got stacked up and you just have them there and they're just waiting for you to be read. Take a short trip, hang out with your siblings, study a foreign language, truly listen to people whenever they are talking to you, and write those letters that you've been putting off and you haven't gotten to it. Now, I have for you 3 affirmations that you can say on the nights of the new moon in Gemini and for the following 4 weeks, and that is, I am expressing myself clearly, kindly, and fearlessly. I listen as much as I speak. My relationship with my siblings or my neighbors gets better and better. Now, try to say these a couple of times so you can truly remember them without having to read them. You can just say it without reading it. and you can say this for the following 4 weeks after the new moon in Gemini. Now, an essential oil that I recommend for you is bergamot. It is very useful. This is a very useful oil for the wheels of communication. You can use it on the new moon in Gemini, and for the following 4 weeks, you can use it in your bath, in your burner, or even on your body, honestly. Like I had mentioned earlier, the mantra that I suggest for you is the mantra hum. You can chant it out loud, you can say it silently, you can do it while you're in the shower, before or after you meditate, or at any time that feels right for you. And this is going to help you boost your throat chakra, like I had mentioned. And throat chakra is the chakra that you need to focus on and that you need to work on. So, try this new moon in Gemini. Visualize a spinning sky blue light at the base of your throat. We all need to express ourselves clearly if we want to create our lives as we dream of them. Expression and this chakra are closely tied together when it comes to manifesting. Your word is your wand. This is a chakra from which you express your will, and your will affects your life. How strong is your will? So, work on it this month. So, the last thing that I have for you is the law of action, which is your main focus this month. What happens if you have lots of hopes and dreams, but you do nothing about it? Most likely nothing, right? The universal law of action must be activated in order for us to manifest the life we are dreaming of here on Earth. Are you taking action? What can you do to move closer to your dreams? Well, that is all that I have for you on this new moon in Gemini if you are an Aries rising. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up, and if you're not already subscribed, give me a subscribe, and I'll see you on the following videos. Alright, bye. The new moon in Gemini is in your 4th house if you are Pisces rising. So hello there, Pisces rising. The 4th house is a part of your chart that is all about your home, your family, and all that entails your private life. So it's also known as your home and your family zone. It's all about your home, your family, where you come from, where home is, and what family means to you. So expect issues related to home and family, and it may as well come this month that there could be some problems, but this is a perfect time to solve them. So don't fret and don't get scared. If you do new moon wishes, I suggest you wish for a happy and a healthy home life. Visualize a perfect day out or in if you like to stay in with your family or with the people who you feel like family to you. Remember, visualization is an important part of manifesting. An idea that you should keep in mind is that your home is where you come from and where you belong. So, how do you feel at home? What does home mean to you? Whatever your answer is, it can give you a strong hint about the parts of your life that are going to be in focus over the coming 4 weeks. This moon in Gemini is the part of your chart often signified as starting again as far as your home is concerned. It can herald a house move, someone moving in or out of your home, major decluttering, renovating, redecorating. Families often come to the forefront when the moon's new in this part of your chart. Your mother and your father especially could take up more of your time right now, so don't neglect them and don't brush them away. Now, a meditation booster that I consider you recite before or even after your regular meditation is, I know where I belong. You can say this sentence before your regular meditation or when you are done. Now, a ritual that I have for you is to draw a picture of your family or the people that you feel are like family. Draw them, and of course you don't have to be super talented, it can be stick figures, and then draw a large love heart around them and send each person on your drawing each family member, one by one. Send them love. Now, I have a couple of things that I consider you do on this new moon in Gemini, and that is to have a garage sale. Get rid of the things that no longer serve you so you can make space for what's to come. Hug your parents because you will never know when's the last day that you will see them, so this is a perfect time. Since we are talking about the 4th house, which is home and family, hug your parents. Sort out any photo albums, whether that is digital photo files, and go look through them. Show your family, show your friends. You can invite your friends over. This is the perfect time, like I said, to renovate, redecorate, so you can feel more confident on your home. And this is also the perfect time to sell your home and change locations or even change country. Ask your grandparents about your family's history. Get to know your roots. Now, I have for you 3 affirmations that you can say on the new moon in Gemini and for the following 4 weeks, and that is, I love my family and my family love me. I am safe and all is well. I love my home. And when you say these affirmations, say them with love, say them with passion, say them with feelings, okay? Now, an essential oil that I recommend for you is patchouli. I'm not sure if I'm saying that correctly, but that's how I say it. It is an uplifting aphrodisiac that positively impacts the spirit. It reduces depression and it boosts the immunity system. You can put it on your burner and you can spice things up at home. Now, the mantra that I suggest you try this month is Om. You can chant it out loud. You can speak it silently. Please do it every day. You can do it while you're in the shower, before or after you meditate, or honestly at any time that feels right for you. And it's going to boost the chakra for you this month. And the chakra that you need to focus on is the 3rd eye chakra. This month, by visualizing a spinning indigo color light in the center of your forehead, your intuition will increase enormously if you use the cycle you're in to boost it. Intuition is something that can help all of us in our personal and even our professional lives. So just work on your 3rd eye. Now, the last thing that I have for you is the law of correspondence, which reminds us that our outer life is a reflection of our inner life. It's the as above, so below, as within, so without principle. So our life, our world, our reality is a mirror of what's going inside of us. If our outer reality is messy, unhappy, unsatisfied, that is a direct reflection of what's happening inside of us. Let me give you an example. How does your room look right now? Your bedroom. Is it a mess? Is it pretty decently tidy? Do you usually keep a pretty tidy bedroom? If you usually have a messy bedroom, it usually indicates how your mind is. Scattered, messy, thoughts everywhere. If you tend to try to tidy up when you make your mess, then that can represent you being more organized and more clear of your vision, of your thoughts. Whenever we have a messy room, we tend to not think straight. I mean, think about it. How can we think straight if we have a lot of energy stuck around everywhere? Whenever you have a pile of clothes in a chair, that's energy there, draining, just sitting there, sucking up all of your energy. Alright, so the new moon will be in your 5th house if you are Aquarius rising. So hello there, Aquarius rising. On this new moon in Gemini, you should focus on your 5th house, and the 5th house is a part of your chart related to sexy romance, creativity, children, and this can be either your own children or any other children around you, so like nieces, nephews, your friends' kids, any of that goes. So basically, you're going to be focusing on having fun. It's all about creativity, kids, and romance, and it can be pertaining to one of those three or all three. You can expect to have fun and laughter, time with some kids, creative surges. And if you do new moon wishes, then I suggest you wish to remember that life is a game, so just play along. Visualize having a good time with the people that you love. An idea that you should keep in mind is that life is as fun as we make it, so make it fun. Make it excited for yourself. The part of your chart being triggered relates to the three main areas, which is creativity, children, and sexy romance, as opposed to the serious stuff. Where creativity is concerned, if you are a bit of a closet artist, if you haven't told anyone that you like to draw, that you like to be creative in any kind of way, for the next 4 weeks, this is going to be an excellent chance for you to work on your skills and to let the world know what you're made of and what your creativities are of. And where the sexy romance is concerned, buddying up to new romances is a possibility, or an old romance could feel brand new if you make the most of it this month. So say that you are in a relationship and you've been, say, married for a while now. Try spicing things up, okay? Just because you've been in a marriage or in a relationship for a very long time doesn't mean that it needs to stay the same and boring. Change things up. Make it sexy. Make it fun. This new moon in Gemini, look for ways to ingest more erotic fun. And when it comes to kids, whether they are your own or someone else's kids are going to be a big issue when the new moon hits your 5th house, which is happening right now. So just be on the lookout for that kind of kid energy around you. Now, I have for you a meditation booster that you can say before or after your regular meditation, and that is, my inner child will have a ball this month. Now, a ritual that I suggest you do, even if it sounds crazy and weird, is to laugh out loud for a good minute or two, and just don't worry about feeling silly. Just do it. Just do it so you can feel your body at ease and having fun. We all deserve to have some fun, and sometimes when we are growing up, we forget that life is not that serious, and sometimes we forget to laugh, we forget to smile, we forget that it's not all about having to pay bills and working and serious things. Sometimes it's okay to be a little goofy. Now, I have for you a couple of things that I suggest you do on this new moon in Gemini and for the following 4 weeks, and that is to take up some kind of dance, some kind of class like belly dancing, something erotic or physical, something that sums up your 5th house. It doesn't have to be belly dancing, it could be pole dancing, it could just be dancing like tango, salsa. Salsa is sexy, anything that you can say, this is kind of sexy, I would never do this, but this is a time for you to go out there and actually take the class, okay? This is your green light to go. Now, for something more creative, if you are a creative person and you've been wanting to do something creative, you just haven't had an idea of what to do, I suggest you make some kind of toy for either your kid or someone's kid around you, whether that is your niece, your nephew. Make something that a kid would love and enjoy. And if you don't already have a lover, take on a lover. Write a short story, paint a picture, anything that feels creative to you, just go for it. Go have a picnic and paint your scenery. Do something that typifies your idea of fun. And if that means throwing a party, then go ahead, throw a party. Just, of course, be cautious. Don't go too crazy, okay? Now, I have for you 3 affirmations that you can say on the nights of the new moon in Gemini and for the following 4 weeks. And that is, life is sweet. I now release my inner child for some fun. I am a creative being and my juices are flowing. Now, I have an essential oil that I recommend for you since we are talking about having fun, and that is cinnamon. Cinnamon is a lesser known oil that's really useful for the 5th house. And for one thing, it's an aphrodisiac, and this part of your chart has a very flirty feel to it and controls blood sugar. In other words, if you've been going wild with your 5th house and having too much fun, it can regulate things for you. It can also be known as one of the happy making essential oils, and this part of your chart is all about having fun. So give cinnamon oil a try. The mantra that I suggest for you this new moon in Gemini is the mantra VAM. You can chant it out loud, you can say it silently, you can do it while you're in the shower, which is my personal favorite. You can do it while you're meditating, either before or after, or honestly at any time that feels right for you. And it is going to help you boost the chakra for you this month. And since we are talking about chakras, the chakra that you need to focus on is your sacral chakra. This is the chakra associated with food and sex. How apt for the part of your chart that is all about having fun. It's all about your ability to know what you want, what will help you to enjoy life, what will feel good. It's all about your willingness to feel your emotions and to allow yourself to have a good time. The color is orange, so just tap into your sacral chakra and work on it this month. Now, the last thing that I have for you that you should consider looking at is the law of cause and effect. Accept that everything happens for a reason. There's a cause and an effect. To put it in another way, nothing happens by chance. For every action, this includes your thoughts, there's a reaction or a consequence. We reap what we sow. What does this mean to you? Notice what happens this month and ask yourself, why? Why did that happen? Sometimes we ask ourselves, like, how come all these negative things happen to me? And it's because you put the energy there. What you put energy in is what you get out of. So just food for thought. If you like this video, go ahead and give me a thumbs up. And I will see you on the next one. Bye. The new moon will be in your 6th house if you are Capricorn rising. So hello there, Capricorn rising. You need to focus on your 6th house when the new moon is in Gemini. The 6th house is ruled by your body and your mind, well-being, your daily work, and your health routines, which is known as your daily work and your health zone. So it's all going to be about your daily work and your health routines. So you can expect a chance to change your daily habits or possibly your job description. If you do new moon wishes, then I suggest you wish for the opportunity to help other people. Visualize seeing yourself adapting a very healthy new habit or continuing with your existing habits that you are already working on. Try to keep in mind healthy body, healthy mind. There really is a connection as the 6th house of your chart being triggered. It's time to work on that connection. This is a once a year chance to really clean up your system and to reap the benefits of a cleaner, leaner life. The part of your chart being triggered is about the body, the mind, and your well-being. If you haven't been looking after yourself, problems may come up now, trying to grab your attention about what needs to be done. It's also a perfect time to join the gym if you're not already doing that. Take up some exercise routines that you've possibly let slip. It's also a good time to start again where health is concerned. So this means giving up smoking or altering your diet, for example. Also, under the microscope of your daily work routines, remember that a new moon is about beginning. So use this month as a marker for how you want the next 12 months at work to progress. Now, I have a meditation booster that you can say before or even after you are done with your regular meditation, and that is, my well-being is my number one focus this month. Now, a ritual that I suggest you try this new moon in Gemini is if you keep a diary, then this would make sense. If you don't, I guess you can just pass this ritual on. But if you keep a diary, I suggest you look at it, read it. Not all of it, because of course you might have a lot, but just skim through some of those parts. And if you had some hard times in there, just bless yourself for still being here and continuing on with your journey. We are all humans here. We are all meant to have struggles, and we are all meant to go over our obstacles. But you know what? We're strong enough to overcome anything that comes our way. Okay? So just be proud of that. Now, some things that I consider you to do is to renew your gym membership if you haven't done that, or to just start going again to the gym. And if you're like, well, I don't really like the gym, I don't like being around people, that's fine. Go on a walk every day. Do yoga at home, or go outside and do yoga. Anything that has to do with movement, just do it. You don't have to exercise to stay fit. You can try any activity. You can roller skate, you can play a sport, anything. As long as you are moving, that is going to help you in your health. Think about your diet, because it's not going to take care of itself. You need to take care of yourself. This house also rules services to others, so help someone out this month. Speak to your boss about any work concerns that you may have. Read a book about positive thinking if you've been having struggles with that. Eat healthy lunches, dinners for the entire month without exceptions. And if you haven't already learned how to meditate, learn to do that. This is the perfect time to do that. I have for you 3 affirmations that you can recite on the night of the new moon in Gemini and for the following 4 weeks. And that is, I am more and more organized every day. I give wonderful service for wonderful pay. My well-being is my priority, and I am getting back on track. You can repeat this over and over again until you memorized it and it's absorbed into your brain. Now, an essential oil that I recommend if you're having trouble expressing yourself, or if you feel like your daily grind is all too much, try dabbing a bit of tea tree oil at the very base of your throat or on your wrist, or even put it in your bath or your burner. And again, that is tea tree oil. If you do try it out, if you've never tried it, please let me know if it helps or how it helps. Now, a mantra that I suggest you try this month is hum. You can chant it out loud. You can say it silently every single day while you're in the shower, before or after you meditate, or at any time that feels right for you. And this is going to boost the chakra for you this month. And the chakra that you need to focus on this month is your throat chakra, because it is associated with the Virgo and thus with Mercury. The throat chakra is again the chakra of the month. If you've been going through the houses and the chakras in order, this would be the second time you've worked on this throat chakra. The throat chakra is all about communication and will, and learning to reach what you want in life. Work on this chakra by visualizing a spinning sky blue light at the base of your throat. Ask the archangels for help with your communication skills. Now, the last thing that I have for you, the law to contemplate this month, is the law of compensation. Interestingly, this was the golden rule of Napoleon Hill. Whatever we do, it'll come back to us. We reap what we sow, or as Hill put it, when we start giving out, you'll soon begin taking in. The eternal law of compensation balances everything throughout the universe. Now, if you found this little bit of information useful for you to use on the new moon in Gemini, please like this video, and I will see you on the next one. Bye. The new moon will be in your 7th house if you are Sagittarius rising. So hello there, Sagittarius rising. On this new moon in Gemini, you're going to focus on your 7th house, which is all about marriage, your beloved, your ex, people you consider enemies, commitments, and even VIPs. So basically, your love zone. It's all about love, marriage, relationships, business partners, VIPs, friends, and even those enemies. You can expect issues related to love and relationships to come up, and hopefully you will sort it out. Now, if you do new moon wishes, I suggest you wish for the best relationships you can have with all of the people that you know. And relationships isn't just with a spouse. It can be a relationship with your siblings, relationship with your parents, relationship with your friends, co-workers, bosses, literally anyone. So just visualize having the best relationships with everyone around you. Visualize seeing yourself face to face and palm to palm with someone you love, or even with someone you're in conflict with. This can help you resolve any conflict that you may have with any relationship that you are having issues with, and make it for the better. The idea that you should keep in mind is, I am you and you are me. We are all one. Even through the 7th house is all about our most important relationships. Using this month to contemplate the idea that underneath all the egos and differences, we are all one. We are all connected to all life everywhere. It's a month to clean up your relationships. So if you are having any problems with relationships, sort it out, because this is the right time to do so. Your beloved, either past, present, or even potential, is in focus at this time of this new moon in Gemini. Now is the time to think about all of your relationships. If you are attached, what can you do to make your love brand new? Do you still need to let go of the past? How confident do you feel about your love skills? Now is the time to go on a blind date if you are not in love and not having any luck with meeting someone new. If you can't let go of the past, try calling your ex and fix it so it can feel right, if it feels right, for a chat for closure. See if you can work with your lover, either past or present, as the 7th house is all about balance, cooperation, and doing what's right for your relationships. Now, I have for you a meditation booster that you can say before or after your regular meditation, and that is, I'll do what I know I need to do to feel more confident about love. And the ritual that I suggest you try out this new moon in Gemini is to send a love note, and that can be an email, a letter, and even a text to someone you love, someone you know that you need to make amends with. Take the first step. Be the bigger person. Now, I have for you a couple of things that you should consider trying out this new moon in Gemini, and that is to go through your old love letters and get rid of at least some of them, especially if you are no longer with them. Just get rid of them. They no longer serve a purpose. If you are single and feeling brave, try online dating, or try any kind of dating there is out there. Ask your parents or anyone that you would say they have a very healthy love relationship, so they can give you some pointers, some tips on how to make love work. And if you are already in a relationship, recommit to your partner. If you hurt a past lover, admit you were wrong and apologize to them so they can move on and so you can move on. Make a list of the qualities you look for in a partner. And if you are already attached, play matchmaker for a friend. Help a friend out. Now I have for you 3 affirmations that you can say on the night of the new moon in Gemini and for the following 4 weeks. And that is, I love you and I love me. I'm easy to get along with. All my relationships are harmonious. I am free of the past. My relationships are now resolving themselves. Now, the essential oil that I recommend for you is jasmine. This is going to help open up the heart chakra and is therefore a wonderful oil in which to anoint yourself. You can dab a few drops around the area of your heart chakra in the middle of your chest, between your breasts, or you can pour it in your bath, or you can put it in your burner, especially before you meditate. And since we're talking about meditation, let me give you the mantra that I suggest for you, and that is Yum. You can chant it out loud. You can say it silently every day while you are in the shower, before or after you meditate, or honestly at any time that feels just right for you. This is going to help boost the chakra for you this month. And like I had mentioned, the chakra that you should be focusing on this month is your heart chakra, because the 7th house is all about relating to other people. That usually means to lovers and exes, but it can also mean people we regard more as foes than friends. Whatever the case, focus on your heart chakra during meditation and see it as a gorgeous, glowing, emerald green spinning disc. Open your heart chakra and open your heart to love. Now, the last thing that I have for you, the universal law to focus on this month, is the best known of them all, and that is the law of attraction. It reminds us, of course, that like attracts like. It shows us that we create the events and relationships that come into our lives. Even thoughts, feelings, words, and actions set the law of attraction in motion, producing energies that attract like energies, positive or negative. Well, if you found any of this information useful, give me a thumbs up, and I'll see you on the following videos. Bye. Hello there, Scorpio rising. This new moon in Gemini, you will be focusing on your 8th house. The 8th house is anything that has to do with the taboo, such as sex, death, taxes, and also other people's money, as well as joint financial ventures. It's also known as your sex and shared financial zone. So, it's going to be all about other people's money and how it is combined with yours. So, expect a chance to ingest newness into your finances or your sex life. You should wish for more money, better sex, and to overcome a fear that you may be having. What will you do if you had more cash? I want you to visualize that. And I also want you to visualize the sex part if you had it your way. Remember, visualization is a very important part of manifesting, so visualize away. The idea that you should keep in mind is that now is the time to attend your cash setup and see how good you feel about it. Are you confident that you're on the right track? Can you meet the bills you know you have ahead of you? And if not, is there something you can do about that right now? This is a great time to seek financial advice too, or to do a weekend business seminar to help you better understand the financial basis. The part of your chart being triggered also deals with deep, dark, and maybe even kinky sex. If you have intimacy issues that you know you need to work on, tackle them on this month. Now, I have for you a sentence that you can say before or even after your regular meditation, and that is, I tackle my cash problems head on. And a ritual that I suggest you do is to go out to town wearing the sexiest outfit you have in your wardrobe and just feel sexy in your own body in that wardrobe. Okay? Now I have for you a couple of things that you should consider trying this new moon in Gemini if you haven't done that already, and that is to pay off a loan or take one out if you are in need of one, Open up a savings account and make your first deposit. Cancel a credit card you know you can afford. Ask for a pay raise, but only if you know you deserve it. Refinance your mortgage. If this suits you, talk dirty to your partner, because who doesn't want that, right? Try a new sexual position for the very first time. Get sexy. Now, I have for you 3 affirmations that you can say on the nights of the new moon in Gemini and for the following 4 weeks, and that is, I am taken care of materially. All my financial needs are being met. My sex life is so wonderfully healthy. Say this every day until it is embedded in your brain and you can say it without having to read it or see it on a screen. The essential oil that I recommend for you is myrrh. It helps us to become open to receiving gifts, and as you use it, confirm that you are ready to receive. The mantra for you this month is VAM. You can chant it out loud. You can speak it silently. You can do it while you're in the shower, which is my personal favorite, before or after your meditation, or at any time that feels right for you. This is going to help you boost your chakra of the month. And the chakra that you need to work on this month is your sacral chakra. It's all about creativity, food, and sex. And to get this chakra into good shape during this cycle, imagine a spinning orange disc about halfway up your lower half of your abdomen, between your navel and the top of your legs. Look up how you can work on your sacral chakra this month. Now, the last thing that I have for you is a universal law. So this month, the law of perpetual transmutation of energy reminds us that we all have the power to change the conditions of our lives. We just need to push through our fears and limiting thoughts, in particular negative thoughts directed at ourselves or even at others. Raise your vibration through yoga, chanting, and meditation. Higher vibrations transforms lower ones. Pure sexual energy is a great transmuter. So, just food for thought. If you found any of this information useful, go ahead and comment below and let me know all about it. And if you like this video, give me a thumbs up. And I will see you on the next one. Bye. The new moon will be in your 9th house if you are a Libra rising. The 9th house is where you see the big picture, expand your horizons, study, travel, and the great cosmic quest. So Libra rising, you need to focus on your 9th house, which is all about the big picture, adventure, travel, and your personal development. So expect new and potentially exciting developments relating to travel, study, the internet, publishing, and of course, the great cosmic quest. Now, if you do new moon wishes, I suggest you wish for to see the bigger picture of your life and thus to invoke gratitude. Visualize yourself wherever you would most likely to be on holiday. I would recommend you go online and print out a picture of wherever this holiday may be that you wish to go to and just put it up in your wall so you can see it every single day. Now, the idea that you should keep in mind is that we are all divine beings. The 9th house is strongly associated with the spiritual quest, and the 9th house planet, which is Jupiter, is too. And as you will hear me tell you, the chakra that traditionally is associated with the 9th house is also about the divine. It's the crown chakra, which connects us to the heavens. The part of our chart being lit up by the new moon in Gemini is ruled by Jupiter, which is the planet of expansion. So whether you're expanding your mind, by studying or traveling, or by talking to well-traveled people, or through doing a personal development course, you have the chance now to broaden your horizons. This cycle is also about your faith and your beliefs. If you know that you've been rigid, perhaps clinging on to what you were taught as a child, rather than forming your own opinions, someone could come along now and either help you or force you to rethink your philosophies. This is also a great time to break out of routines and to get a little more freedom and feel more free. Now, I have for you a meditation booster that you can recite before or after your regular meditations, and that is Life's an Adventure, and I love it. So this month, and you can just go ahead and fill in the blank and put whatever it is that you would like to go on an adventure to. Now, a ritual that I have for you is to decide on your next travel destination. Like I had mentioned, put a picture of a place where this place is and put it on your wall to remind yourself of these plans. Now, the things that I suggest you do on this new moon in Gemini is to find a way to explore the world. Read those books that you know you should read and you haven't gotten to. Do a personal development course. Manifest a new spiritual teacher. Think about what you have faith in and what you don't. Make a cyber pal on the other side of the world, and have something written, published if you are a writer. Now, I have for you 3 affirmations that you can recite on the new moon in Gemini and for the following 4 weeks, and that is, I know that I am blessed. Life's an adventure, and the world is my oyster. Recite this over and over again until you truly feel it. Whenever you say those words, you truly feel like they are true. Now, an essential oil that I recommend is sandalwood, which is a wonderful essential oil to use at this time. It's considered extremely sacred in Eastern religion, and this is an especially sacred part of your chart. It's also great for spiritual awareness and for getting you in alignment with your soul purpose. There are some of the very big issues covered by the 9th house. Sandalwood is also an excellent meditation aid on any day of the week. So just let me know how it works out for you if you do decide to try it. Now, I have for you a mantra, and that is to use the mantra this month. You can chant it out loud, speak it silently every day while you're in the shower, before or after you meditate, or at any time that feels right for you. And this is going to help you boost the chakra for you this month on this new moon in Gemini. And the chakra that you need to focus on is your crown chakra, which is a violet, and it's located at the top of your head. The crown chakra connects us to the divine. It is the seat of our cosmic consciousness. In other words, the part of us that knows we are part of God, that we're spiritual beings having a human experience, that we're all one and connected to divine grace and divine love. To stimulate this chakra, imagine a spinning violet disc at the top of your head, and look into tapping into your crown chakra on the internet. There's so much information out there for you that you can look up for. Now, the last thing that I have for you is the law of relativity, which reminds us that all things are relative, that everything just is. You will always be not as good as something as other people are, and just as you will have your own special talents, don't measure yourself against other people. During this cycle, notice how you feel if you simply compare yourself with yourself. Understand this law by understanding the notion that nothing is good or bad or hot or cold or black or white until you relate it to something else, until you compare it to something else. Anyways, that is all that I have for you on this new moon in Gemini. And I hope I get to see you on the next one, Libra rising. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up, and I will see you on the next time. Bye. Okay, so the new moon in Gemini will be in your 10th house if you are Virgo rising. So hello there, Virgo rising. On this new moon in Gemini, you need to focus on your 10th house. And the 10th house rules ambitions, career, life goals, and what you are basically known for, like your professional life. So it's basically your career zone. So it's going to be all about your career and your reputation. You can expect the chance to get ahead professionally. So wish to help others through your work. Whatever it is that you do for work, wish for helping others somehow with whatever you do professionally. Visualize seeing yourself giving a talk, like a TED talk, or being an expert at whatever it is that you do. Say you are in the medical field and you are an expert at a specific thing in the medical field. Visualize yourself giving like a TED talk or like a seminar in front of people and teaching others your knowledge. An idea that you should keep in mind is that there's everything right about wanting to leave your mark on the world or to be known for having done something, whether you're ambitious to be a great parent or a great friend, or you want to do something more visible. It's okay to aim high. This new moon in Gemini is an important one for you because it's for career-minded folks, because it's all about your professional life. It's a great time to start a new business and the time when your past efforts at the office could be rewarded. So just be on the lookout. You have an increased chance of promotions right now, and if you've been putting the hard work, this can come in for you. And even if you don't get an actual promotion, you're far more likely to be recognized for your efforts during the coming month. This is also a good time to think about your future and what you want for yourself. Are you ahead in the right direction? Are you heading in the right direction to achieve your aims, your ambitions, goals? And if you're not, what can you do about it? Think about it, write it down, and journal on it. Now, I have for you a sentence that you can say before you do your regular meditation or even after, and that is, hard work breeds long-term success for me. So just whenever you say it, truly feel it so you can manifest it. Now, I have a ritual that I suggest you do, and is to write out your ideal job description and to read it out loud every day of this month. So in case you don't have yet your dream job, then this is going to be perfect for you. Now, I have a few things that I consider you do, and that is to speak to your boss about how you're doing, help a colleague out, check that you're not becoming status mad, start a new business as close to the new moon in Gemini as you can, apply for a new job, and do it with confidence, okay? And when you've earned it, please take the credit. Don't let someone else come in and take credit for you. And plot your next best career move. Now, I have for you 3 affirmations that you can say on the nights of the new moon in Gemini and for the following 4 weeks, and that is, I am going places. It's wonderful to be so successful, and I love seeing my plans work out. Now, I have for you an essential oil that is going to help you this month, and that is laurel. Laurel is a wonderful essential oil to be used during this cycle, and you can use it in your bath, in your burner, and this can help you focus more as you work hard because it aids concentration and it also motivates and boosts confidence. So it's perfect for you right now. Now, The mantra that I have for you that you should say throughout this whole month is RAM. You can chant it out loud. You can speak it silently every day. You can do it while you are in the shower, before or after you meditate, or honestly at any time that feels right to you. And this is going to help you boost the chakra of the month for you. And speaking of chakras, the chakra that you need to focus on this month is the solar plexus. This is something else that is a part of your chart where you can shine from. It's the top of your chart, and it's where you make your mark on the world. This part of your chart is all about your career and your ambitions, right? So it's what the world will know you for and what your social status and your public image is for. So working on your solar plexus can help you with all these things. Now, the last thing that I have for you is to contemplate on the law of polarity. There are two poles, two opposites of everything here on earth, right? Or on this earthly realm. Polarity represents two extremes of one thing, or two opposites ends of a spectrum. For example, the temperature ranges from hot to cold, measurements go from up to down, high to low, and things are on or off or in or out. If you're not happy where you are, then move along the scale to where you want to be. Focus on what you want to do. Don't focus on what you don't want. Don't give the attention to the negative and to the things that you don't want and that you lack. Give attention to the things that you want and that you're trying to attract. Alright, well, if you found this little clip informative, then go ahead and give me a thumbs up. And I will see you on the next one, Virgo Rising. Alright, so on this new moon in Gemini, if you are a Leo rising, you need to focus on your 11th house. So hello there, Leo rising. The 11th house is the house of hopes and wishes. It rules friends, connections, and even your social circles. So basically, the 11th house is your friend zone, right? So it's all about your friends, your social networks, and of course, your hopes and your dreams. So this is what you need to be paying attention when the new moon hits Gemini. You can expect a chance for a wish to come true, or even for a friendship to blossom and flourish and become beautiful. Wish for, honestly, anything that you want. If you do new moon wishes, this is the perfect time to wish for whatever it is that you've been wanting. Now visualize yourself with your wish coming true and surrounded by your friends, okay? Now, the idea that you should keep in mind is that there's no need to go through life alone. If you are spiritually evolved enough to be listening to this, then you are able to go into the world and make friends. The 11th house brings to mind the expression, no man or woman is an island. Now, there are two main focuses for you in this month. The first is on your hopes and dreams. It is said that when the sun moves through your 11th house, as it's doing right now, your powers of wishing are supercharged. In other words, be extra careful what you wish for now, because you might just get it. So be careful with whatever it is you're saying, even if you're just playing. The other focus will be your friends and the networks and the groups you belong to. How confident do you feel about your place within your group? Are your needs being met? And if they're not, what can you do about it? New friends are extra likely to come into your life right now, so just be on the lookout and let people in. Now, I have for you a meditation booster that you can say right before your regular meditation and even after your regular meditation, and that is, the friendly people find the friendly people every time. And that is so you can find those friends that you are meant to have. Now, a ritual that I suggest you try out this new moon in Gemini is to throw a party at your place. This is definitely a valid ritual, so just do it and do it consciously, okay? Now, I have for you a couple of things that I consider you try on this new moon in Gemini, and that is to sign up for an evening class and something that you've always wanted to do, whether that is dancing, something creative like pottery, whatever it is that you've been wanting. Go ahead and take that class, okay? Ask your friends to introduce you to friends of theirs that you've never met, and wish on a star every night for a month, and that comes again with wishing for whatever you want. Introduce a childhood pal to a friend from your life at this moment, and say hello to someone you see kneeling every day but you never speak to. You never know what they'll tell you, and if you'll even become friends. And the last thing that I have for you, which is super important if you have friends already that are very great, that are very valuable for you, is to thank them. Thank your best friend for being there for you in the good and the bad and the ugly. Just thank them. Sometimes we forget that we have friends and that they're amazing, and without them sometimes life would be a little too hard. So go ahead and thank them. Now I have for you 3 affirmations that you can say on the night of the new moon in Gemini and for the following 4 weeks, and that is: I am connected to all life everywhere. I love my friends and my friends love me. My dreams are now manifesting under grace in perfect ways. Now, whenever you say these affirmations, I don't want you to just say them like you're reading a recipe or something. You need to truly feel it, like you are connected to all life everywhere, like you love your friends and your friends love you. You need to truly feel it. Put some feeling and love in it so you can manifest. Now I have for you an essential oil that I consider you to try. The chemical compounds found in frankincense essential oil can cross the blood-brain barrier and oxygenate the pineal gland. This little gland in our brain was called the seat of our soul, and it is believed by some to be the often referred as third eye. So if you are interested in that, get some frankincense essential oil to help you with that. Now the mantra that I have for you to try this month is Om. You can chant it out loud, you can speak it silently every day while you're in the shower or after meditating, or at any time that feels right to you. It works to boost the chakras of the month. And the chakra that you need to focus on, any guesses? Any guesses? It's the third eye. When we start to make wishes, as it is indicated by the 11th house, it's so important to bear in mind what our intuition is telling us. If we secretly already know we can't have what we're dreaming of, we will not manifest it. This month, the chakra, the third eye, is effectively an energetic gateway and portal to our intuitive and even psychic self. Give it a workout this month by seeing it spinning between your brows. It is a wonderful and uplifting indigo color. And if you've never worked with chakras, I recommend you look into it and start working on them. Now, the last thing that I have for you is the law of rhythm, which reminds us that earthly plane moves in a certain rhythm. These rhythms establish the rhythms of life here on earth: the seasons, the tides, the moon phases, the female menstrual cycle, stages of human development. According to the book Kabbalion, this accounts for the bewildering succession of moods, feelings, and other annoying and perplexing changes that we notice in ourselves. The Hermetic masters, inspired by Hermes, advised that by studying and understanding this principle, our bewildering emotions and moods can be manifested. So if you are interested in that and reading the book, The Kabbalion, I truly recommend it. It is such an eye-opening and you will learn a lot. Now, if you found this very interesting, Leo rising, I suggest you give me a thumbs up and follow me if you aren't already following me. And I will see you on the next video. Bye. So you are the last one. Just because you are last doesn't mean you come in last. This new moon in Gemini, you will need to focus on your 12th house if you are Cancer rising. So hello there, Cancer rising. You need to focus on your 12th house. This is the deepest and most sensitive part of your chart. It is relating to fears and spirituality and everything that is hidden. So basically, your secret zone. It's all about your secret and most private self. So expect a period of a few weeks when you'll want to retreat from the world and just be alone and not go anywhere possibly, or even go on a retreat and just be by yourself. Now, if you do new moon wishes, then I suggest you wish for inner peace. Visualize yourself in a cosmic pink bubble at one with the universe and totally at peace. The idea that you should keep in mind is that it is okay to take time out to meditate and contemplate. It has been a year since the giver of life, the sun, was in your sign. So by now you may be feeling as though you're running low on power. Use this month to process what has gone on in the past 12 months and what you want for the year ahead. When the sun crosses your ascendant, which is your rising sign, it moves back into your first house, which will be next month. You will feel so much better. Now, you know when you read astrology and it says something spooky like, trust your dreams. Well, that's what I'm saying here. When the new moon is in your 12th house, it's energizing this part of your chart that relates to dreams and to all things secret and spooky. The part of your chart being triggered affects the side of yourselves that you don't tell anyone about. It's about your secret self, your shadow side, and your unconscious self. Trusting your dreams is a great idea now because the moon in this part of your chart can bring so much to the surface that's worth investigating. Because the part of your chart being triggered is also about all the things spooky, right? It's also a great time to get in touch with your spiritual side by doing things like yoga and meditation. Yoga exercises the body, but both yoga and meditation also calm the mind and help you get closer to your core self. And if you don't understand what this means, then sign up for a meditation or a yoga course, and soon you will understand what this means. This is the end of another cycle, so let go of what isn't working from your life to make room for what you need it to come. And now I have for you a meditation booster that you can say before or after your regular meditation, and that is, my dreams are my guide. And a ritual that I suggest you try out is to write a list of your fears and then safely burn it so you can let go of them. Because fears are put on us by other people and experiences. We aren't born with fears. Fears are brought up upon us with a specific thing. So if we don't pay no mind to them, then it means nothing to us and we just let it go. Now, some things that I recommend you try this new moon in Gemini is to make like a yogi and bend yourself into a pretzel, because why not? And if you're like, well, I'm not gonna be able to do this. Sometimes practice makes perfect. If you start now, by next year you might be able to. I don't know. Give it a go. Take time out from the mad social world. Keep your phone near you so you can dictate your dreams, or you can write down your dreams right away whenever you wake up, and then later on the day you can look up the meaning of that dream. And I recommend you face one big fear. Deal with it by thinking about where it came from. And I truly recommend this one, and it is to trust your intuition. Trusting your intuition is something that we all have and we all need to do. And again, if you don't know how to meditate, then look up videos, buy a book, buy whatever it is, a class if you need to, so you can learn. And if you are a writer, if you are a poet, whatever it is that you are, write from the heart. Write poetry from the heart. This is the perfect time to do it, because this is your alone time. So you'll write down what's truly inside of you, like your secret self. You know what you have hidden. And I'm not saying to share it with someone, but I mean, it would be nice to share something that's deep inside of you that nobody knows is in there. And this comes down to our last one, and is to share one of your secrets. Share it with a friend, with a stranger, with the world. Just share a secret. Now I have for you 3 affirmations that I consider you do this new moon in Gemini and for the following 4 weeks after that. And that is, it's okay to say no. Inner peace is my focus, and I now release my fears. This part of your chart is associated with fear and other negative things, and lavender is a powerful essential oil to work with to counter any fear, depression, anxiety, and even nervousness. It's great to work through such issues when the moon is triggering your 12th house, which is what is going on with you right now. Now, the mantra that I suggest for you is the mantra, this month. You can chant it out loud. You can say it silently every day while you're in the shower, before or after you're meditating, or at any time that feels right for you. And this is going to help you boost the chakra for you this month. And the chakra that you need to focus on this month is your crown chakra, the violet colored crown chakra, which sits on top of your head, and it is your connection between heaven and earth. Just as the 12th house is about the spiritual and the mysterious, so your crown chakra will connect you with the cosmic and the mystic. It is a seed of cosmic consciousness and connects us with the divine intelligence and grace. It is a channel or a portal, and through it, divine information pours. It is a center for trust, inspiration, and happiness. And see it by spinning on your head like a violet colored crown when you meditate. This is why meditation is so important. So just try it out and let me know if you try it out. Comment down below. Now, the last thing that I have for you is, according to the law of gender, everything, person, situation has a male and female energy. This is how creation happens. In the animal kingdom, the law of gender manifests as sex, but it goes way beyond that, all the way to the idea of yin and yang. The universe was formed under the law of gender. To truly know yourself and to master the universe, you must live out both your masculine and feminine energies, and we all have it in us. No matter which sex you are, then you can co-create with God. Basically, we all have male, masculine, and feminine energies within us. But sometimes we are tapped into more of our masculine or more into our feminine, and sometimes we can change, sometimes we can shift. One day you're more masculine, one day you're more feminine, and you can feel it and others feel it. Anyways, if you found this video informative, Cancer rising, then give me a thumbs up and follow me if you're not already following me, and I will see you on the next new moon video. Bye.